Did you drive or did you?
Yeah, I drove.
You drove, okay. It's getting ready to go. Okay, so it's good to go. Go ahead.
Okay.
Background questions, kind of know a little bit of which kind of represent it's hard. So what do you do actually?
I am a student, or will be a student, I guess. Well, not a student, doing person. And also.
And is that something you do part-time, full-time?
Both.
Both.
Like I've mostly done full-time, but I'm doing less hours to go to school.
Oh, okay. That's really very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of?
Yeah, I'm finishing my undergrad. In both in the arts or child youth medicine, just kind of whenever my credits match each, like whatever one I get first, and then transferring. That's if you actually ideally, hopefully for the teaching program.
Teaching program. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're trying to get into teaching.
Yeah.
For like elementary, high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that. That's very cool. My girlfriend's actually a teacher.
Oh, cool.
She just recently graduated from the education program as well. But she's actually traveling overseas to teach. Yeah, but basically there's some kind of program where you go overseas to teach English for a year.
Yeah.
And you come back, you get automatically put into TOC position.
Okay.
Because that's like one of the hardest things to get into.
Yeah. My mom did that.
Yeah. Okay. So just kind of rambling on right there. So the research survey was really looking for people who kind of love cars, who really value their cars that they own currently. And so it's kind of just. It's going to be focused on car-related set questions. And that being said, we kind of want to know what got you to really into cars, kind of per se. Like, what got you to liking cars?
That you get me from places to places.
So it's more. Is it more of a utility vehicle for you, or is it something that it's more like a fashion statement?
Kind of both. Like I wouldn't have a car just for the like kind of stuff, but because it is something that is really helpful and more of that utility thing, and like I arguably need it for work and leisure and stuff, because it's such a then it also becomes part of
current lifestyle and job
require. Like I've had periods of like between cars without a vehicle, and it.
Yeah, and Vancouver is everything's so far away that sometimes it can be non-accessible, I guess.
Yeah, and I have really close with my sister, and she also having a car for kids is really helpful.
So you drive on like a daily basis?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And so on the research survey, it was talking about certain pet peeves that people have. And we like to kind of touch upon what pet peeves that you written down on the survey, and maybe a little elaborate why you had the set pet peeves.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, my messy car, dirty car.
That's actually about almost everybody.
Yeah. It wasn't an option, but having a full or messy trunk drives me crazy.
Okay.
And I don't really know why. A lot of it, I think, is because growing up, like my family, and stuff, we didn't really treat our car very well, so it was always messy and always dirty, and I'd be really embarrassed if people would come in the car and just see stuff thrown everywhere. There's never room in the trunk. So, it wasn't this intentional, like, oh, my car growing up was messy, therefore I don't want a car that's messy in my adulthood. But I think that's a big, like, I don't want to be embarrassed when I pick people up. I want people to get in my car and be like, oh, this is a nice car to be in, instead of like, oh, Nicole's coming to pick us up. Like, don't want that.
Okay, that's very, very valid. Very good, good reason why. So when you have a set messy car, or when you're trying to prevent your car from being messy, there are various ways to do so. So certain people would like clean their car one night, and certain people would buy a set product, which is actually a follow-up question I have, because a lot of people actually do buy products for their car, and I believe almost every respondent that we had also buy products for their car. So one of the question really was, what actually gets you out there to buy this product? What are the criteria when you actually end up choosing?
And are we talking, like, I see that this says Air freshener. So are we specifically talking about that, or
we're just really talking about
products in general? So would that include
so
like
when you say you buy a car
cloths
accessory,
or is that more like the steering wheel cover,
just any
fuzzy dice type stuff?
maybe when you look to buy any product, really what really, because there's almost going to be various of different kind of products out there that does the same thing. Such as when we talk about water, there's various different type of water. And what really gets you to actually decide on the set product at the end of the day?
Probably at the end of the day, probably price, but quality as well. Like I wouldn't buy just because it was cheaper if it was tacky. Like I don't like tacky looking things. Or if we are talking about like scent type stuff, it needs to be pleasing. Like it can't just be
pleasing as aesthetics or pleasing as in scent?
Oh, in how it smells. Like I want it to smell nice, look nice, for sure, and then tackiness. Like it's gotta look nice. It can't just be.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Yeah. So one thing I liked once, and I haven't been able to find it since, was an air freshener that you put under your seat, so it's not even visible. And so that was one that I thought was interesting.
Have you ever? You said you were never able to find such a thing?
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
Like, only once, but I haven't been able to find it since.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's very interesting when it comes to air fresheners as well. So when you're talking about, since we're talking about air fresheners already, and can I actually just go ahead and show you the prototypes that we came up with?
Yeah.
So one of the thing about the prototype is because they actually have a closer to end product, and in order for them to kind of what they were trying to do, they actually had to handcraft these ones.
Okay.
And so they're going to look a lot more crude. So it's not the actual end product. So it's just giving a taste of what it really is. So here I'll give you the brochure here to kind of take a look while I just open this up. So what this company does is they're taking a lot of roots of these organs. Okay. So they're trying to focus on using origami and 3D structures. So these one are actually fully represented by the prototype, but they're just trying to go with 3D arts, essentially, that also have set smells. So the material do not represent the final one, but this is just to give you a quick look on what it is. So as you actually look and touch and go through the product, I kind of would like you to think out loud. Like, how does it feel? What do you like about it, and what don't you like about it? Okay. And certain stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, initially I really like it. I like that it's arts is not the word, or modern even, but it's like beauty. Like there's some kind of pleasing aesthetic thing to it. I know you're saying the material isn't exactly what it would be, but I do like the leather kind of like organic, earthy kind of feel to it. I'm not a personal fan of velvet, so I know you're saying like the material's not there, but I wouldn't all three of those. The scents are really pleasing. It doesn't smell like perfumey or fake. Yeah.
These kind of resemble, what kind of, when you first smell it, what does it kind of, does it smell familiar?
Familiar, but not like I can't do, oh, that's for sure that like subtle enough, and it's.
Let me give you a little bit of what they are trying. So what they're trying to create artworks for air fresheners, because most of the products out there that they feel are very poorly designed or very tacky, as you would say. They're trying to go more towards using artwork as a air freshener style. And one of the most important things is regarding scents. So the scent is actually pure organic extract oil from the sources. So one of the main things they want to do with their scent is also to create mental alertness and also as a way to keep you kind of calm. So they're using aromatherapy to do such a thing. And there are certain scents out there that in aromatherapy are supposed to sense of focus and alertness, such as using citrus, jasmine, peppermint, rosemary, and there are various types of ingredients. So they're trying to use pure extract oil. One of the current things they notice when it comes to the air freshener are they're very chemical-like, are very unnatural.
Yeah.
And we're trying to figure out whether this is an appealing factor for said people when we're trying to use, I guess they're trying to use more organic style of scents, and whether that bothers you or not. Is one more question.
Yeah, not at all. That's one of the main reasons I don't like those like Christmas tree ones that you hang.
The little tree, right?
Yeah.
Because I was actually just about to show.
Yeah, because it is quite. Well, it's tacky. I think I can't stand them, but they are cheap, so that's helpful. So they're tacky and it's very chemical. Like I've had them and people come to my car and be like, "Oh, take this down." Like I don't want it, and myself too.
Just because of the design, or is it tacky because of other factors?
The design and the like strong chemical, but fake scent. Like, you can tell it's manufactured and yeah.
Absolutely, because what is technically black look of this smell, right? Because black ice, I don't even know what black ice is.
I know it smells like men's cologne, but
yeah.
that's
So
it.
one of the things they also want to show is also because there are a lot of types of products out there in regards to final designs or packaging designs. So these are currently what's available out there. And when we take a look at comparables, they kind of want to know kind of like, well, what are your first thoughts when you would walk into a store and you would see both of these different things?
Never seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big fan of it, and I don't know.
Well, this one really is.
Be...
So this one is a clip that you click onto the vent, and what they do is when your scent is dry or when you run out of scent, you don't throw it out. Okay. You actually refill it.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. This one I used to use. Even right now, I'm a little put off by the scent. Mm-hmm. Never seen this one, but it looks like a similar type thing to this. This is the one I currently have in my car.
Do you like the one you currently have?
Enough to keep using it. I bought a pack at Costco that gave me 10 of them. Mm-hmm. But it's, you get like, I constantly have to kind of take it off.
Oh,
because when the air blows through it, it's an unpleasant smell. Mm-hmm. I think I've used this one before. Oh no, I have used this one before, which is a similar idea to this one. Mm-hmm. This one I've never seen before.
This one is something you can place under the car.
Okay, so that's probably similar to the thing I had before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So you kind of go through a lot of different air fresheners to kind of determine which one you ultimately like. Are there any complaints when it comes to the current car air freshener right now?
Like for me?
Yes.
Yeah, like I haven't personally been affected by the scents and causing headaches or anything, but I've had like people in my car be like, "Oh, I'm getting a headache from your air freshener," or that sort of stuff. So that's a big complaint, is probably from that chemical overwhelming smell.
So there's no way to kind of minimize the dosage or potency?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, technically, there's this little button thing where you can, but if it's a fresh air freshener, it's, I don't know. I don't really like the hanging from the mirror thing with this. Usually when I have this kind, I put it around my stick shift and just let it sit there.
So you don't really
so you can't really see it.
Okay.
Other complaints?
That's okay.
Yeah. And I imagine with these ones, you could just redo the oil. You don't have to keep buying.
So what they originally thought of doing is, because they're using 3D structure, using origami kind of style, it's actually going to be packaged flat.
Okay.
So it's actually not going to be reapplied. There's actually they have a physical organic product inside that actually creates a scent and let it diffuse through the organic shape. It's not something that's reusable or reapplicable, or originally that's what their design was. Mm-hmm. So it's more of a one-time thing as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So a few other questions I have is, if you were to explain what you see to your friends, how would you explain this to your friends?
I'd probably say it's a classy looking air freshener. Mm-hmm. I definitely use the word classy. Mm-hmm. After hearing a little more about the product, I would also say organic and and artsy, but those wouldn't be my personal first words. Just like I like the look of it, classy.
Okay. If there are one thing you can change in regards to their design, what would it be?
It's hard because you're saying these are prototypes, so some of the material stuff, like I would change the material, but that doesn't seem.
So they're going for minimal waste and biodegradable material. The velvet that you see is not necessarily pure velvet.
Right.
Yeah. So in terms of aesthetics, it would be closer to the final set product, but in terms of the material, it's going to be actually more put together, so it's not as flimsy.
Yeah, I don't know how else I'd describe it other than a classic air freshener that looks classy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's actually, I believe that is everything that we have in regards to the interview and all the questions that I need to ask you. Are there any other questions you may have for me?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I do like, for what it's worth, I do like the idea. Yeah, you're telling me to suggest things that what I do, like, I would be more inclined, like, even though one of the things I first said was price is important to me, like I don't want to be spending money on air fresheners because I don't even know if cars really need air fresheners, because unless you have like pets and smoking and all that sort of stuff.
Do you have pets or something?
A couple of my friends who borrow my car have pets and I let the pets in, but it's not an overwhelming smell and it's not too often, and no smoking in my car.
Okay, and then because you were saying cars don't really need air fresheners yet.
Well, they do. Like
you do.
Like
okay.
I think they do. But I'm getting. If I hadn't bought the pack of 10 from Costco, I probably wouldn't go buy another air freshener unless I went camping and my car smelled like a certain way or something like that. But these I would be more inclined to buy because I think they actually have a different purpose and they smell better for sure and look better.
Okay, that's very, very good to know from that standpoint. Well, yeah, that's I don't really have any other questions to ask, but okay, look at my notes, but I don't think there's anything. I think we kind of just went through everything.
Okay.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for coming in, Nicole.
No problem.
And as mentioned, we have the gift card from Amazon. Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time, and it has been very, very helpful to. I'm sure this will be very helpful to their team.
I hope so.
Find out what they can improve on that.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And no work today, I guess?
No.
No work today. All right, it's perfect. It's a long weekend then.
Yes.
And I guess you find your way out. Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.